cuando ha conseguido adelantar al Real Madrid.
In the history of world football, there are very few defenders who could change the course of a match with a single touch of the ball. Even fewer were feared like a striker. But there was one man who shattered every limitation ever placed on defenders. A left-back who made physics look optional. His name was Roberto Carlos. He was not just a defender. He was a weapon. He was a threat. And too many. He remains the most dangerous left-back football has ever seen. Roberto Carlos de Silva Roca was born on April 10, 1973, in the small town of Garca, São Paulo, Brazil. He grew up in a humble family, far away from fame, money, and luxury. His childhood was filled with struggle-long walks, hard work, and endless games of football on dusty streets. But even at a young age, one thing stood out. His left foot was different, powerful, explosive, unnatural. Football became his escape and his destiny. From dirt pitches to professional football, his journey began with União São João, a small Brazilian club. Despite the modest stage, Roberto Carlos immediately showed he was special. His speed was incredible, his stamina seemed limitless, and his long-range shots were already terrifying goalkeepers. His real breakthrough came when he joined Palmeiras in the early 1990s. That was where Brazil and soon the world started to notice him. At Palmeiras, Roberto Carlos evolved into a completely new type of left-back. He attacked relentlessly, overlapped endlessly, and fired thunderous shots from distance. He didn't play like a traditional defender. He played like a winger with the soul of a striker. Europe soon came calling. In 1995, Roberto Carlos made a bold move to Inter Milan. Expectations were high, but things didn't go as planned. The coach tried to change his position, limiting his freedom and pushing him higher up the pitch in a system that didn't suit him. Uncomfortable and misunderstood, his time at Inter lasted just one season, but sometimes failure is only the beginning. In 1996, Real Madrid arrived, and football history changed forever. From his very first match in white, Roberto Carlos found his home. He was trusted, he was unleashed, and he became unstoppable. Over the next 11 seasons, Roberto Carlos transformed the left-back position at Real Madrid. He was a key figure in the legendary Galacticos era, playing em com Luis Figo, Ronaldo Nazário, and David Beckham. In more than 500 appearances for Real Madrid, he scored goals, delivered assists, and created moments that fans would never forget. His style was revolutionary. He sprinted non-stop for 90 minutes. He attacked without fear. His crosses were fast and deadly. And when he stood over a free kick, the entire stadium held its breath. One moment, however, defined his legend forever. In 1997, during the Tournoi de France, Brazil faced France. Roberto Carlos stepped up for a free kick from an absurd distance and an impossible angle. He ran up, struck the ball with his left foot, and watched as it flew wide only to curve back dramatically into the net. The crowd froze. The goalkeeper didn't move. The world was stunned. That goal wasn't just spectacular. It was studied by scientists, analyzed by physicists, and to this day, it is considered one of the greatest free kicks ever scored. It wasn't just a goal. It was history. With Real Madrid, Roberto Carlos won everything for La Liga titles, 3 UEFA Champions League trophies, Intercontinental Cups, domestic and international glory. For over a decade, he was the undisputed best left-back in the world on the international stage. Roberto Carlos was just as influential. He represented Brazil in 3 World Cups and multiple major tournaments. His greatest achievement came in 2002, when Brazil lifted the World Cup in Korea and Japan, while Ronaldo's goals stole the headlines. Roberto Carlos' role on the left flank was vital throughout the tournament, as his career entered its final chapter. Roberto Carlos played for clubs such as Fenerbahce, Corinthians, and Anzi Makushkala. After retiring, he moved into coaching. Although his managerial career never matched his success as a player, his legacy was already untouchable. Roberto Carlos changed football forever. He redefined what a left-back could be. He inspired an entire generation. Without him, players like Marcelo or modern attacking fullbacks might never have existed. He didn't just play the game. He reshaped it. Roberto Carlos proved that football is not just about defending or attacking. Football is art, and his left foot was the brush that painted history. Legends may retire, but true legends never fade. And the name Roberto Carlos will live on every time a defender dares to attack, and every time a free kick bends reality itself.